first, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to your house, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Makakwadash. Shout honor to your apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and to our occupants across the globe, with the word truth and sincerity, I want to say Shalom. So I died now for the GMS Chicago camp with another lesson, inspired by Apostle Ramlab on his last live show, all right, of the Bible Control. Okay, he had issued a statement at the end, basically saying, look up the laws that were passed after the revolt, after the slave revolt. And the Spirit helped me to do it, and I came up with this one particular law passed, which is called the Nat Turners Project, as you can see here on the screen. Okay, and it's a very good reading. All right, a lot of edifying things in there that we could use for lessons, and just through the shortness of time, I read it. I read it pretty thoroughly. And I'm going to touch on a couple of things, and maybe, and Lord willing, through the Spirit, I can get with a brother later on, or a brother can continue on and bring out more scriptures on this. So I'm just going to get into a couple of these paragraphs. Okay, it's a pretty long, not a long read, but for a sit down, it's kind of long. So I'm just going to get into a couple of these laws that were passed. All right, and I'm going to touch on them, and through the Spirit, with these precepts, hopefully it's edifying. Okay. This is Virginia law passed March 15th, 1832. All right, and they go to a preamble, and it basically says, I'm gonna go ahead and read it. It says, not all Virginia legislators supported the bill to amend the state slave code that was debated during the 1831-32 session of the General Assembly. When the House of Representatives voted on the passage of the bill, 48 assemblymen opposed it, while 74 voted in its favor. During the legislative process, numerous clauses were struck out of the bill, and proposed punishments for several offenses were lessened. In the end, however, the Code of Laws that passed made it clear that free black residents of Virginia would enjoy even fewer rights than they had before the revolt. And in some respects, they were classed with slaves, and for example, they were to be tried by the simple court of Oyer and Terminer, established for slaves unless the offense was murder. Okay, and just on that, so I can get this. Okay, and it's based on that, it just goes to show you that every time Jake does something, okay, they create new laws to further afflict and to persecute us, man, as in Micah, okay? This is chapter 22, an act to amend an act entitled, an act reducing into one the several acts concerning slaves, free Negroes, and mulattoes, and for other purposes. Right, so this goes to confusing the faces too, man, okay? Be it enacted by the General Assembly that no slave, free Negro, or mulatto, whether he shall have been free, ordained, whether he shall have been ordained or licensed or otherwise shall hereafter undertake to preach, exhort, or conduct, or hold any assembly or meeting for religious or other purposes, either in the daytime or at night, and any slave, free Negro, or mulatto, such offending shall for every such offense be punished with stripes at the discretion of any justice of the peace, not exceeding 39 lashes. And any person desiring so to do so shall have authority without any previous written precept or otherwise to apprehend any such offender and carry him before such justice. So basically what it's saying is that we're back then, after the revolt, that the slaves weren't allowed to teach the Bible anymore. Okay? And where did they get this punishment with stripes? Less than 40, right? Let's get into this real quick before I get into this Wisdom of Solomon. This Acts 5 and 40. It says, and they agreed. Well, now you need to read this. This is about the apostles getting beaten. It's Acts 5 and 40. It says, and to him they agreed, and when they had called the apostles and beaten them, then they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahweh Shai and let them go. They departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. Right? So we're going to go to the where Paul said, let's see, it's like 40. Hold on. I can't spell. I can't do it. Slow down. All right. He's hold on. So I gotta do it like this. It says Deuteronomy 25, 25 and 3. And I'm sorry, 2. It says it shall be if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, that the beaten and it shall be if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, that the judge shall cause him to lie down to be beaten before his face according to his fault by a certain number. 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed, lest he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes. Then thy brother should seem violent to thee. Okay, so basically, Esau don't want us to teach the Bible, but they use the scriptures. All right, these 40 stripes. All right, not to receive 40 stripes out of the scriptures, man. To let you know, Esau's a goddamn hypocrite and the goddamn devil, man. Okay. All right, so this is to prove the 40 stripes, right? Not to exceed the 40 stripes. But this is wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. So then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, made no account of his labors. And that's what the slave rebellion by Nat Turner was all about, man. He was going around to different plantations teaching the word, all right, in the face of his, in the boldness of his overseers, man, in the face of his enemies, man. Okay? But after that, after his revolt, it became against the law to do such things, man. All right? It says, let me see. I'm going to go down to verse 3. It says, no free Negro, or not verse 3, the part 3. It says, no free Negro or mulatto shall hereafter be capable of purchasing or otherwise acquiring permanent ownership, except by descent to any slave other than his or her husband, wife, or children, and all contracts for any such purchase are hereby declared to be null and void. Right. So at the time, we was able to we were able to buy our freedom. With our freedom, we were able to buy our fellow brethren, okay, our family and our friends. All right, we were able to buy their freedom at a point in time, okay. But anything that was, according to this, at this time, if you have done those things previously, hey, those contracts were made null and void. Okay? So what happened? They returned to slavery, man. All right? This is Deuteronomy. Let's go to the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the whereof thou spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and therefore ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Now, buy means to redeem, okay? So that's what it means, man. This is part of the curses that was upon our people, not only prior to this, but also after, because there was a time when we was allowed to redeem our brethren, man. It just goes to show you that we were up under the curses still, man. All right, because Esau made these contracts null and void. We were not able to redeem our brethren back, man. All right. And I'm gonna go down to this. Is I'm just touching these few things. And Lord willing, I'll get with a brother. We'll do a more in-depth sit down on it. Okay. What was it? That was a part I want to see. Where was it at? Right. This is part 6 of this. If any slave, freed Negro, or mulatto shall hereafter willfully, sick, and maliciously assault and beat any white person with intention, with intention in so doing to kill such white person, every such slave, freed, negro, or mulatto, so offending and being thereof lawfully convicted, shall be judged and deemed guilty of felony, and shall suffer death without benefit of clergy. Okay, so I'm gonna get into this. This is Genesis 4 and 12. Okay, this is going after when Cain slew his brother Abel. When thou tillest the ground, you shall now be it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond thou shalt be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every man findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, that therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any man finding him should kill him, man. Okay? So, we weren't, that's why when we do crimes against Esau, hey, you get twice or three times mortal punishment, man. Okay? Hey, this is all according to the curses, man. That's why it shows you that we can't be delivered unless we get delivered by the power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. We're not able to defeat Esau, Edom right now, man. Why? Because the power is still in his hand. That's why we got to wait on Yahweh Shemi Shai to come and deliver us, man. Okay? So this is just a little quick, brief excerpt from this website. All right? It's like the law of the Nat Turner Project, you know. And Lord willing, I'm gonna take my time, you know, and go through it some more. Lord willing, and dig into it, you know. With that, I want to say shalom.